All right, so what is forgiveness to you?
What is forgiveness to me? Being at peace. Being at peace with what happened. So I'm at peace with the way my dad raised me. I'm at peace with that. I've got no issues over it at all. It molded me into the person that I've become. And it helped me grow very quickly. A lot of people say to me, "Oh, you're so wise for your years." But it's the position that I was in as a child. I had no choice. And for many years, I felt like my childhood was robbed from me, you know. But I don't feel like that anymore. And that for me is forgiveness, because I've learned that he done what he could do with the tools that he was given, and he done the best that he could do. You know, he could probably sit down and say he wishes he'd done things differently, but don't we all? Don't we all? Through every aspect in our life. Do you know what I mean? No harm come to me, you know. So yeah, I forgive him. If you ask me, do I forgive my mother? Then it's a firm no.
All right, so you know what I said? This is the so you sound like your kind of view of the word is similar to mine.
Okay.
Right? Because my argument is acceptance is not the same as forgiveness, and I think a lot of people class forgiveness and acceptance as the same. So you accept that your mother is who she is. You accept that she is able to do what she's able to do, and not able to do what she's not able to do. But that does not mean that you forgive her, because I feel like forgiveness requires a level of that person really understanding what they've done and feeling some sense of remorse from it in order to like.
I'm making changes. How can you forgive someone that hasn't changed or is not willing to make changes that on things that are hurting you, that are breaking your spirit, and they're standing there and they're watching you, you know, suffer?
I agree, 100%.
And break, I agree with that. You know, and they don't care. So how can you forgive somebody that's doing that to you? Like, you accept that that's the kind of person, you move away from that, because you know if you stay around, all you're doing is hurting yourself or allowing them to hurt you, which is the same. But I'm not forgiving. No. Why do you deserve forgiveness? What have you done to deserve that forgiveness? I can't walk around forgiving everybody.
What they will say is that forgiveness isn't for them, it's for you.
No, acceptance is for you. I accept. So now it's not dwelling in my head, because I accept that that's the situation. And now it's my decision to either continue to allow that to affect me or walk away from it. That's it. Those are the two choices. But I'm not forgiving that person. No, not if they've not made changes. And like you said, I'm remorseful for the hurt that they've caused. No.
And because with remorse comes with changed behaviour, I suppose.
Yeah. Because what is that person showing you if they're not making changes? They don't respect you. They don't love you. How are you supposed to forgive somebody if they don't even have that for you?
See, love, that's the other question. See, love is another thing. I think it's one of those words where I feel like someone can love you and treat you badly.
Somebody can love you. No, I can't agree. Like, love you as in like family love, or be in love with you?
Okay, I think both. I think I feel like somebody can love you and act and behave in a way that
intentionally.
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no.
Definitely not. I feel like intentionally willing to hurt somebody, that's not love.
Oh, okay, no, then I agree with you, because none of us are perfect. None of us are perfect. I'm not saying in my relationships that I've been the best that I can be in all aspects. No way. Yeah, I've gone out of my way to be a bitch. I'm not gonna lie, you know, in the hope that it really pissed that person off. Yeah, definitely. But it didn't mean that I didn't love them. It's just that I had done something that upset me, so now I wanted to do something back. But yeah, I still love them. But I've done that with, you know, growing up with siblings. You know, I love my siblings to death, but I've slapped them around a couple of times because they've irritated me. You know,
Yeah,
like, who are
yeah,
you talking to? You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
no one else can do that to them though,
No, I
because
hear
I
you
love
though.
them.
I hear you. I hear you.
You
I
know,
hear
only I could do that.
you. So, so if I say, what is love then?
What is love?
Hmm.
I think everybody has a different perception of love. I
Okay, what
don't
is
think
your
there's
version?
a one size fits all. What is love?
Hmm.
Don't know. My love
It's a hard one,
for
isn't it?
Yeah, because my love for people is not a one size fits all. You know, I love my friends. I'd
Hmm.
never want any harm to come to them. You
Okay.
know, I support them in their highs and their lows. You
Hmm.
know, I dearly love my friends,
Hmm.
and I've received the same love back throughout the years.
Hmm.
Um, but then my love for my siblings is completely different,
Hmm.
because if you put my friends and my siblings in a fire, I'm saving my siblings first.
I hear you. I hear that. I hear you.
You
I hear
know,
that. But what about,
I
okay?
don't know which one.
But what about
So many of them.
what about relationship then? What about relationship love? Describe that to me. What is that?
That's me being in love. So I'm not in love with my siblings. I'm not in love with my friends.
Okay, so yeah, being in love. What is that? Describe that
Just
to me.
wanting to make sure that they're happy, and healthy, and trying to be the best version of myself that I can be for them.
Hmm.
Yeah, just giving my all to them, giving my entire soul. You know, being unselfish.
Hmm. So we're saying giving um like some level of honesty and being truly authentic and that.
Not some level, everything.
Okay.
Everything. This is the person that I'm. You know, this is my ride or die. This is the person I want to grow old with.
Hmm.
This is the person that should know me down to my bones, and I should know them. And you're only going to achieve that by being open and honest. And a lot of it is not going to be liked, but it is what it is.
That's
You know,
that's powerful.
there can't be any, you can't have persona. You can't have a secret. You can't not communicate. You can't be scared to say something because it's going to upset someone. You can't always get upset about what you hear because you don't like their view on something. It's just working it out. You know, there's no agreeing to disagreeing like you can with your siblings, because I've not got to live with them. But when you're living with someone, you can't agree to disagree. You've got to understand why they think like that and respect it.
That's interesting. That's interesting. I asked this question to most of the people, and that's
Mm.
the first time I've heard that, and that's interesting. That's
But you've got to love them for everything they are and everything they believe.
mm,
There can't be anything that you feel you're against each other on. You know what I mean?
mm, that's interesting. I hear you. I hear you. I feel like, but that's pretty hard though. That's pretty hard to not have anything that
Like,
you.
I don't agree. You know, I don't agree and have the same values, but I love you and respect you because that's how you feel
Okay,
and that's how you think.
I can hear
You
that.
know,
I can hear that definitely.
and I'm not gonna make you feel any less for being that person.
Hmm. I can definitely hear that. I can definitely hear that. Hmm. 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 Yeah.
I don't know. I suppose I've been in situations where I have disagreed with, how my partner thinks, but it's okay for them to think like that. You know, we're not going to think the same about everything. I'm
Hmm.
not going to debate with you on it. That's your belief and that's my belief, and I still love you. That's that.
That's interesting. I'm rating it still. I rate that that way of
You know,
viewing.
being in love is quite deep to me. You know, it is. Yeah, there's just there's no hidden agendas. There's nothing. It's the person that you can be, all that you are around.
Hmm.
And that person will accept you for everything. That's it. And
Okay.
if anybody else tried to call you out on it, they wouldn't have a bar of it. they've got you 1,000,000%.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they don't agree with what you're saying.
Facts.
Yeah.
No, I hear that.
You're ride or die. You're ride or die. The person you're going to grow old with, you know? I've learned a lot about myself. So from my childhood and what played a part in possibly the failure of certain relationships, i.e. my anger, and my lack of understanding of other people. I've grown so much, and I've given myself that time to grow and understand me. You know, I've been on such a journey and evaluated who I am and what I want. I never knew what I wanted. That was a big thing for me. I never knew what I wanted. So, you know, going back to, I was saying to you, I didn't know who I was when I had to merge from hanging out with the boys at school to, you know, integrating with the girls. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know where I stood. You know, there was that part of it journey, but I also didn't know what I wanted in life. You know, I didn't know where I wanted to get. And then having children was just, it was me trying to prove that even though I didn't have a mum, I could be a mum. I've been on that journey, you know.
And are you proud of yourself? You proud of yourself for the job you've done?
As a mum, or as finding myself? As a mum, yeah, I am proud of myself. You know, I have had my ups and downs and my battles with my demons. Am I doing it right? You know, am I giving everything? Absolutely exhausted. Why am I this exhausted? You know, I had to really give myself a good talking to for many years. But I think if you, at some point in parenting, don't question yourself as a parent, then you're not doing it right.
Or you don't care enough.
Or you don't care enough, you know? So, and I've learnt that. Yeah, I'm definitely open to finding the one. I just didn't know what I wanted from the one before.
But now you do.
And I'm at a point where I know exactly what, not just what I want, but what I need, you know, and I've never been a needy person. So that's quite a hard thing to have to deal with, because you know, you've always been this strong and you've been raised by this strong presence, and you've always been this strong presence. So, you know, it's going back to that pride thing, like, you know, I don't need anything. No, you know, I can do this. And actually, yeah, I do. There are things that I need from a partner, you know. There are certain aspects that I need them to understand about me and why I am the way that I am, you know. But I don't feel like I can grasp people's full attention. They don't want the deepness of it. They want the surface. And that's not good enough for me.
Yeah, I hear you. But I think that is that comes with, I think especially for us as men, I feel like that comes with, I don't want to say age, but there's a point in your life
definitely.
for most people, for most men, let's say, where you want to get
Clicks.
more deeper. You want to get deeper. When you're younger, that's you want to do everything but that.
Yeah.
That's everything but that is
what's
what you're on.
What's young? Because obviously, like, I'm 37 next week, right?
Yeah.
And my dating range is like from 35 to mid 40s, and there doesn't seem to be anybody within that age range that I've dated that's kind of grown and wants that.
Yeah, maybe you got to analyze where you're meeting these people, or what type of people. Maybe you got to analyze what your choices are.
I have. But I've got male friends. I've got male friends that are exactly the same. You know, they make jokes out of it.
Yeah. And
I was talking to one the other day. He's just turned 40, and he's like, and I said, "Oh, do you want to get married?" And he's like, "Nah." So I said, "Oh, so you just want to die alone?" And he kind of sat up, because then he realized where I was taking this conversation, you know. Yeah. And it's like, come on, dude, you're 40. Like, what do you want from life? Like, it's not all a joke.
You know,
where are you going with this?
You know what's funny? It's I wasn't necessarily against marriage. It was never something. If you asked me, was I get married? I'd probably not. I never saw the value in it, right?
Yeah.
And if my missus wasn't who she was, it probably still wouldn't have been at the forefront of my mind. So I think a lot of the power is in you, in the sense of you're not necessarily teaching that person like, I, if you don't marry, not like ultimatums, if you don't marry me, then this is not gonna work. It's more about that person, like you said, for me, love is wanting to be the best version of you for that person, to make that person be the best
Happy.
version of them and happy, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
when you care about this person and you analyze what it is that makes this person happy or makes this unit that you are trying to build work and function the way that you want it to function, in order for us as we're analyzing people, that's what we do. We analyze what is it going to take for us to get what we want from this situation. Now, if you're young or you're that sort of person, it's going to be, how am I going to get this person to lay down with me? Okay, they like this, that, and that. That's what I'm going to do to be that person. If you want to build a family unit with this person, that's what your focus is going to be. You're trying to learn, what is it that I need to be to build this unit with this person, right? So obviously you're authentic and you're being yourself and you're showing this person who you are, and if they got their eyes open, they're going to see who you are. But at the end of the day, we've spent our whole life growing up being hunters. That's what we do. Like, if we was to sit down and wait for a female to approach us as males, nothing would happen, because it just doesn't work that way. So we've spent our whole young life dealing with rejection, dealing with, okay, I've approached this way with this person, it didn't work. Okay, now I've got to try with this person this way. So that's how let me not say we, that's how I approach the situation, right?
Mm.
So for me, it's definitely about you being unapologetically honest about who and what it is that
You
you
want.
require, and
Mm.
understanding that there are going to be some men that are going to fake it. Some men are going to try and be that person. Like, oh, I always used to say to friends that I've got, like when they're on like the online dating sites, and they say, oh, I'm looking for someone that's funny. I'm looking for someone that likes sport, and I'm looking for someone that, like, they give somebody the keys to mess their whole life up in one paragraph of writing on Plenty of Fish. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like you got to be a bit more strategic in how you present yourself, so that you get the real authentic person, the person that
Mm.
is gonna say, all right, like how I approached the situation was fully like, listen, I'm at that point. And going back to the question that you asked about what age is that, for me, it was kind of, when I got to 28, I kind of was almost open to the idea of settling down, and
Mm.
tried it, didn't kind of work out. Then life kind of went on its own trajectory. And then let's say 32, 33, yeah, about 32, 33, that's when I literally decided, like, I'm going to stop doing whatever I was doing and living the life I was living. And I'm going to, if it's not going to go nowhere, I'm not even going to entertain it for no longer.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to see what happens. Okay, this is not going to go nowhere. Just because I can inveigle myself in the mess, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna decide, like, no, this is not going nowhere, so it's not useful for what I'm trying to do, and cut it off. And
Yeah.
once the one thing I will say, the public service announcement I will make to any man that's watching this, that's thinking about how do I make it happen, or even a woman, I suppose, it's all a mindset thing. You see, the moment I made that shift in my mindset, the second person I met after that um is now my wife. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it is all about how you approach situations. And
Yeah.
um yeah, that's me. That's my soapbox. That's my soapbox rant over. Are you a reader?
um, I can't say, I can't classify myself as a reader. No, if someone recommends a good book and I pick it up and it's good, I'll read it. But
Hmm.
I don't look for a book to read.
No, I hear you. That's not okay. So, but have you got a favorite book? Have you got a book
Yeah.
that you would recommend? Give me a book. Give me a
Yeah.
book. A recommendation.
The Secret.
I've read that one. Give me another one.
I can't. That's my book.
Is that the best one? Is that so? What makes that book so
That's the
good for you?
best one. That's the best. That's that. Oh my gosh, this
What
could
did
be
that book
like
do
an
for you?
all-night conversation. Like that book changed my life.
Mm-hmm.
That book honestly changed my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I use it. I use the teachings of it every single day.
Okay.
And it came to me in my mid-20s
Mm-hmm.
by a friend, because I spoke about feeling and anxious and etc. etc.
Mm-hmm.
And she said about this book, and I was like, and I went a book reader. I was like, whatever. Then she went and bought me this book, and she said to me, "You're not going to feel it when you first read it. You know, it's not going to make sense, but stick at it." And I was like, okay, whatever, thanks. And I took this book, and this book sat there for ages. I didn't even look at this book, didn't open this book, nothing. I was like, thanks for the book, cheers.
Yeah.
I don't know, months went by, and I picked up this book, and she was right. When I first picked up this book, I didn't understand what it was saying to me at all. That it didn't make no sense. I thought, this is crazy. Put this book down several times. I don't know. It just like it called to me. I picked this book up. I read this book, and it changed the way I thought about everything. Because I was going back to when I tell you how angry I was, that came with so many negative thoughts, so many negative thoughts, and so many why me's. Why has this happened to me? You know, why did my mum leave? Why was my dad so angry? Why did I not enjoy this part of my life? Why has my relationship failed? Why am I a single mum? There were so many whys, you know, and I didn't realize that I was attracting all this to myself on a daily basis. And yeah, I started practicing it, and my life started changing in a very positive way. So yeah, and anyone that I speak to, I tell about this book. You need this book in your life.